Welcome back, NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon for Dale. Thank you so much, Dale, for sponsoring this marathon, for making the video happen. I do appreciate it. I just got in touch with Dale and there was a little bit of a confusion with the name. I'm sorry about that. But we now have the information. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And I'm very excited to do this marathon. I have made a marathon prior to this of Frank Marino, but that's what we're going to look at today. I'm super excited since Frank Marino is just a hell of a guitar player, and I can't wait to listen what we're going to experience today. Now, there were some notes on Dale that basically this is what he wanted to hear. So just, a heads up, this is his selection. This is not to be, this is not supposed to be the best of Frank Marino. This is just what he would like to listen to if he was in a live setting. And basically he wants me to react to these specific songs. So just keep that in mind, because we do get a lot of comments like, oh, you should have played that and that. That's right now just not the case. It's just like his selection, and let's just, be kind and respect that decision. I just wanted to, start out with that, because it is very difficult to put these together. But then again, you do want to, hear what you want to hear when you sponsor one of these. So we're going to go with the album, which is Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush, number 4. This is the Mahogany Rush, number 4. So we're going to start it off with I'm Going Away. Let me see just really quickly. What is this? This is 1976. All right. So I'm Going Away is going to be the opener for this marathon. Then we're going to play Man at the Door. Man at the Back Door. Then Jive Baby. Then Little Sexy Annie. And then we're going to close it off with Moonwalk. And he said that these songs are just like incredible. And these are more deep cuts. That's what we wanted to do here today. Play a little bit more of a deep cut edition of Frank Marino. So for you who are Frank Marino fans, I know there's a lot out there. I hope you enjoy. If you want to grab a cup of coffee or some tea, water, whatever, and let's get into it. I'll see you in a second. All right, and I'm ready to go. Let's start it off here with the first song. Thanks again so much, Dale, for this request. And here we go. Enjoy, everyone. Yeah, man. Wow. Very good. I didn't even pause. I couldn't find the right spot. This is great, man. What I love about this player, what I love about Frank is he goes into like heavy, you know. It's the right amount of blues, but it's also the right amount of rock. There's a really cool layer of heaviness, that he lays down. I love the singing. It just feels heavy. I love the bass is very like thick, and the chords are played with distortion and then being soloed over with more distortion. So it's really cool. It's tasty, and I do hear a lot of influences from other players of that time. But he's just very unique. He has his own style, you know. So he is just like a heavier blues player, and I love that. You know, being more I guess like a rock guitarist myself. I don't consider myself like a blues player at all. I'm very bad at it. But this guy, yeah, he can really rock, and I really like his lines and uh, the notes. Like his phrasing is really cool. So yeah, this was a really cool intro to this album. I'm going away. So this was the first track, and we're gonna go with the second track on the album, and then we're gonna skip the third and going to the fourth. So yeah, we're basically playing it in order, but not exactly. So we're gonna do the fourth song, and then we're gonna do let's see, Little Sexy Annie is the seventh song, and then the eighth song. So yeah, we're skipping the last song. But yeah, so it's basically, it's like a little introduction to the album. What's, I guess, skipping, he really wanted to see this. He wanted to show me the style and not just go for the best, so, but this is just what he considers, what he would like to hear live. That's what he told me in the email. So I totally respect that. I'm the same way. Like, I sometimes just want to hear you do, the deep cuts of my favorite artists. So, okay. So we're going to go with the Man at the Back Door. That's the second one. Here we go. Thank you so much again, Dale. I hope everybody's enjoying this monster of a guitar player. So, give me 1 second here. I've been struggling with the mic for a couple of days. Something is wrong. It just kind of like sinks. You'll see it throughout the video, but I guess I'll have to deal with that for the time being. But I hope the audio is fine. You can hear me well. All right, so let's go with the second song. Here we go.
You ever look around and get the feeling you're falling, and you're hearing a sound like a name that somebody's calling? Well, hey people, now don't you think that I'm stalling? Well, there's a man at the back door, he's waiting for you to unlock it, and he'll be coming inside. No use for you to try and rock it. Hey. Well, on occasion you'll find you're in a sweat and you don't know why, and it's nagging your mind. You get the feeling like you might cry. No need to feel like you might die. It's just the man at the back door is trying to get into your head. And he'll be patiently waiting around until you're dead. Oh yeah. Talking about a man that's as cold as ice. Yeah. He got candy in his hand, but daggers in his eyes. Yeah. Well, his beard is cool and his voice juicy to the bone. Yeah.
cool, very cool. Like the way he's like kind of like um the way it's recorded, he's like, I don't know, panning between uh both speakers or the headsets. It's like even in the solo, it's like wow, like he's like kind of like switching back and forth. Really cool. It creates like an effect, you know, in your head. Like he's like, you know, like a little tornado. Really cool effect. I love the crybaby here, the wah pedal. And the bass is super cool. And I've also paying more attention to the drumming right now. Really cool drumming as well. And I think he has a really cool voice. It reminds me a little bit of Jeff Healey. You know, if you guys know Jeff Healey, a little bit. I don't know if I'm wrong, but really cool voice, just very digestible, very easy to listen to, very cool. It sounds just very cool, like a cool dude. Awesome, man. Frank Marino, really, really cool. Let's continue.
From morning to sea, just what I've been talking about. And you believe you are free because you think you got it all figured out. Well, good luck, people, you're gonna need it, you know. Because your man at your back door will never let you go. Well, he's a stubborn old dude, won't want to ever let you alone. I said the man at the back door, he ain't gonna let you go, yeah. Well, he's a stubborn old man, won't want to let you alone. I said the man at your back door, he never let you go. Well, he's a stubborn old man, he won't want to let you alone,
Yeah. Yeah, this would be a trip. This would be a trip live. Like I would love to go see Frank Marino live. Let me just check one quick thing because let's see here. Mahogany Rush. It just says 2021. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so he is touring, but no concert right now. But yeah, that would be just fantastic to see. Okay. Just, you know, I just check. I love it. Okay, let's go with the third pick here. This is Jive Baby. Here we go. The third song. Yeah.
I said, yeah, baby, you got everything I could dig. I said, yeah, baby, you got pockets of love and always been. Well, I hope you ain't leaving soon. Don't think you do, and I really did blame you. Oh, Jive Baby. I said, Jive Baby, I wanna make love all the time. I said, Jive Baby, I wanna make it all mine. Well, I never wanna see you blue, 'cause when I'm with you, I feel just like you do. Jive Baby, yeah.
That sounded so odd. I don't know what that was. If it was a guitar or it was a, it could have been like, because sometimes I hear keyboard players with distortion like this, and just like the phrasing was so different. This I don't know if it was him. Let me know, guys, or if it was some other instrument. It did sound like a distorted guitar, but sometimes, you know, they do fool us with keyboards that are distorted. You know, John Hammer does this. So this sounded really, really cool. Let's just listen to that again. This was amazing, especially the phrasing on this solo. Yeah, it's definitely a talk box. It's a distorted guitar, but he's like biting on the straw, you know, on the. It's not a straw. It's like what is it, like a almost? Yeah, it looks like a straw, but it's like I've never used it, but I've seen it. You know, Jeff Beck used it, and then I've been. I mean, so many guitar players have. I've seen that use it. What's the Peter Frampton, and but yeah, really cool sounding. I mean, it does give you that. Almost thought it was an harmonica, but it's definitely a guitar. It just gives that human character to the guitar even more. You know, really cool. Okay, let's continue. It sounds so trippy. I love it. No, what he was doing, like the repetitions, said like who does a player who does that a lot is Chick Corea on the keyboard. He plays like he goes back to that initial like root of the scale. So cool, man. I can't wait to use that pedal one day. I just got myself such a cool Yamaha pedal that's like an extension. You feed your pedal into this other pedal that I have up here, and I can control it manually, and it's so good. I can't get enough. Actually, I'll try and play some guitar. I'm super inspired, and I think it's a great reaction after hearing a guitar player to, you know, just like play a little bit. I'm going to try and incorporate that at the end of the video. I might do that a little bit later. Right now, I can't really do it right after, but when this video is being posted, I'm sure I can maybe add some guitar playing at the end. So stay until the end if you want to check that out. If you don't, that's okay. Don't worry about it. So now we're going to go with Little Sexy Annie. Here we go. insane. I don't even know when to stop. Like I'm supposed to. YouTube kind of like puts these laws in that you have to, pause the video or the song at least once, and convert the material by maybe by giving commentary, what I do, but Frank doesn't really give you time to breathe. There's so much going on. There's so much to say, but I don't want to interrupt the good sections. It kind of kills the song. I know. That's why I always wait for an opportunity when it either kind of like stops or there's a little breakdown or stuff. But this is just like, full power ahead. Really cool. I love the wah here again, the crybaby. And his playing is so much fun. It's very entertaining and it's very fast paced. The whole song is just like they go in full throttle. Like I really like that. And it's very enjoyable, this kind of blues, because some blues can get very, I don't know, I don't want to say, well, yeah, it can get repetitious. I do appreciate it. I appreciate every music, and I am basically into all types of music. Slow, fast, old, new. All kinds of guitar playing, all kinds of styles, from classical to flamenco to jazz to blues to metal to rock. Whatever, folk. But yeah, this is just a style that I do like a way more, but just personally, so because it's just very moving. I think this movie is just great for, for live, because you can't really dance to it. I think it's too fast to dance, but it's really cool to just, move your body and almost like headbang. It's not metal, but it's really, it's hard rock. It's hard rock with a great guitar player, and just the full package. There is amazing players, but then they don't know how to sing that well. They do have, they have great voices, but it's just like, it's not like Hendrix, who had an amazing voice, or Stevie Ray Vaughan, or here Frank Marino. There's some amazing players like Eric Johnson, and his voice is just not that attractive, or Steve Vai, or Paul Gilbert. They just don't. They're amazing guitar players, but singers, I rather they go with a singer, So okay, so we're gonna close it off with the Moonwalk, and this is not Michael Jackson's Moonwalk. This is Frank Marino's Moonwalk. So this is the longest track on the on this marathon, and this is also, what track is this on the album? I think I said number 8. Yeah, number 8. So it is not the longest track on the record, but the last track is the longest track. But yeah, definitely the longest track of the marathon. Let's see if I can pause. It's just so much easier if I pause, and because sometimes these marathons do get blocked by YouTube. I know it's insane right now. There's most of my marathons get blocked, but I can dispute them, because there's a thing called fair use. That's basically saying, well, I am using the music, but I am commenting on it, and I'm pretty much pushing the music forward on the channel, and we have now 62,000 subscribers. So Frank Marino, basically, he gets all the money of the views. Everybody that watches the video, basically Frank Marino's, and I'm totally for this. But I wish that the studio will understand this, or they're getting the money pretty much, but there's just some studios who are just weird in a way, and they just block the video. Like, it's actually very good for them, because the music gets played. It's like being on the radio, so I don't get it. It's just like something that YouTube, I guess, is trying to figure out, and it's going to take some time until a reaction video becomes like a real thing and the laws change. But I don't know, it's going to take some time. So but I just hope it doesn't get blocked, because then I do have to dispute it, and it takes a couple of days, and it's just a hassle. So that's why I kind of like the pause, give commentary, because then I can also tell them, hey, you know what, I am converting the video as much as I can with commentary and reaction. So let's see how it goes. I think the other Frank Marino video was not blocked because I think they're cool dudes. So here we go with Moonwalk. Let's go. That's so cool what he does. Like with the pick, he basically like he scratches the strings and then with the keyboard, really cool. Boom, 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 do 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 do. Really, really cool. I love it. So I don't know. This sounds like a lot like a keyboard, but I could be wrong. You know that this is what happens sometimes. And I love the phrasing here. It sounds very jazzy, and also the drumming is very like, you know, very, very fast, and it almost sounds like jazz fusion here. It doesn't even sound like blues at all. And I love jazz fusion. That's my main intake, I guess, of music. So really cool, interesting. It sounds like almost like Mahavishnu orchestra here. Nice at the end. Very oriental here at the end. Almost like Egyptian. Oh, coming back. They're like, oh, we're gonna. It's almost like they were in a studio and like, keep going, keep going. Oh, okay, we're gonna fade out. Oh, let's go back up. Oh, let's fade out. Very cool, man. Frank Marino, he is really one of the greats that I've heard, that I've discovered. I've discovered so many older players that I had no idea even existed. I was just raised on basically living in Mexico. There was, you had Led Zeppelin, you had Pink Floyd. So pretty much I started playing bends right off the bat, but it took me years to master, real bends and really to bend them like David Gilmour. And but it was a lot of Zeppelin. So Jimmy Page, Van Halen was just a guitar player that I never got into. I don't know. It was really hard to get. So basically, I was raised on metal, like, Metallica, Iron Maiden. So Dave Murray, Adrian Smith, KK Downing, and what's his name? Judas Priest. Basically, my favorite one, but it's Glenn Tipton. And Dimebag from Pantera. So I was just raised on metal, and there was not a lot of other players like this. Frank Marino, you could not get in any store, in Mexico. You could get pretty much, like Rolling Stones and the Beatles, but I was just not interested because it was just too far away from me. As a teen, this music was already way too old, and I was obviously young and dumb, and so you don't really know what to get into. But then I did take I got into classical guitar, and I was basically listening to a lot of classical guitar players like Andres Segovia and Jorge Morel and stuff like that. And then I got into Pat Metheny and Al Di Meola and Alan Holdsworth and stuff like that, and then into more rock guitar players. But they're all new. They're all like from the 80s and 90s. Paul Gilbert, Marty Friedman, Yngwie Malmsteen, stuff like that. So it's so nice to go back and listen to players like Frank Marino or, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Hendrix. Hendrix, I've only heard like what you hear in movies, what you hear on soundtracks and stuff like that. But I still have a lot of discovering to do. I've always loved Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits. That's an album that I've had I was lucky enough to discover very, very early, even before starting to play. So I already had that in my mind, to kind of like mimic. But what a great player. What a great set. I do appreciate this. I loved it. Let me know what you think. And also, of course, let's a huge thank you to Dale for making this marathon happen. And thank you for reaching back to me so quickly. This was great. Thank you guys for being here, for watching, for enjoying. And let's hope that doesn't get blocked or anything like that. But what a great time. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.